In terms of the differences among the Hispanic and Latin community, kind of in general, and also related to water, I think those segments of the group, if you want to pull it that way, that come from areas that are very dependent on natural resources. If you look at Central America, for example, it's a Spanish-speaking population, but very cognizant of the value of water, very respectful of natural ecosystems. You know, my family is from Puerto Rico, small but tropical island, very dependent on natural resources. My father's family had a history of sugarcane plantations and interacting with, in other words, using the agricultural community. In other words, depending on the ecosystem for its livelihood. So that's one kind of set of population. Then you have other sets that come from different settings. You know, more urban, more interior type settings. And it's a disrespect for the natural resources. It's a different awareness, more awareness of the importance of infrastructure. So I think the perception of the water resource among the Hispanic community is similar to other things among the Hispanic community, and that is there are differences in backgrounds. Again, I was born in New York City, so to me I have an urban background. So as I was growing up, I was not as familiar with the very raw ecosystems, you know, in terms of, you know, the woods and the mountains, but I was very cognizant of infrastructure and how it plays, how it takes, you know, the water and wastewater and waste management, all these things that are infrastructure that a city depends on. But my extended family that stood in Puerto Rico has a different perspective. Infrastructure is not as a big deal because it's not as necessarily as well developed as some of the communities, but there's a different perception in terms of how it interacts with the ecosystem.